just coming through Banff right now. Super pretty. Hey, fun fact, if you're climbing a mountain in your truck or your car and she's getting warm, blast your heater. Your heater blower motor will cool and take away a little bit of temperature from the coolant that's going through your heater core. I would assume that's the same on new cars, but I'm not very up to date with new cars. But whenever I'm in, my old vehicles, this 89 and my 05, if I'm going up a hill for a bit, I'll just put the windows down and crank the heater all the way. One of the last things you ever want to do is let your motor get hot. That's when head gaskets get unhappy. Pretty eerie out here. I guess wildfire came. I guess this wildfire came through. I thought it was Banff, but apparently we're like 30 miles from Jasper. But it came through after I came through last May, so last summer. I've been seeing this for like 10 miles. I just decided to pull over and get a little video. But it goes pretty far out. Sorry, it's really hard to see, but you definitely jumped the road. That whole mountain is burnt. And like I said, all the way up that mountain and back like 10 miles. But Mother Nature, good for regrowth. Crazy. You can still smell it. This forest fire ended up burning nearly 96,000 acres. 25,000 people were evacuated and 358 structures were burnt. It's the home stretch now, because now we're on the road to home. Yeah. I slept in the back seat of my little Toyota. I think I slept. It was 5 a.m. Parked here at 11. There's no room back here. Anyway, let me get up and hit the road. Anyone ever try to sleep in the back seat of an 89 extended cab Toyota? Unless you're like 3 feet tall. I hope you haven't tried this. But it was good. It was nice. Okay, Let's hit the road. Well, here we are. We're on the side of the ALCAN. Maybe a couple 100 kilometers from Leeward Hot Springs. Tina, the truck's running great. I just want to show you guys we're getting back into the mountains. I've been here for a few minutes and no car's gone by. I hear a truck now. I saw 9 black bear in about 20 miles. It's so pretty and peaceful here. I'm blown away by Alberta and British Columbia. It's just beautiful. A lot of oil fields a couple 100 miles ago. Met a guy from Colorado heading up to Alaska. I'm gonna meet him at the hot springs. But yeah, we're getting closer. I'm on like the 47th hour of driving, I think 48. Slow and steady. Slow and steady in the old girl. She's running great. It's a big truck to be going 3,700 miles, but piece of cake. Here we go. Come on, long legs. We got places to be. Summit Lake. Beautiful. Lake. Lots of signs here. That took way longer than I thought. Who'd have thunk, huh? Oh, that guy's got a drill. I got a license plate to put up. Hold on. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. There's like a lot of signs here and stuff. Pretty cool. Anyway, I miss my doggy. I'm 12 hours from Whitehorse, or home. 4 hours from Whitehorse? Been a good day. Almost home. I can taste it. Hi, bud. Getting the other clutch soon. Well, that was a long day of driving and not a lot of miles. Okay. Made it to the rest area. I drove 1,540 kilometers today. No big deal. Not that far, it's just the fact that it was really slow. I'm like 10 miles from Haines Junction. It's 1 a.m. There's a bunch of elk on the road. I'm gonna climb in the back seat and make it like a sardine and fall asleep. It's not that I'm that tired, but my contacts are so dry. I keep shutting my eyes and tricking my brain into thinking I'm going to sleep. Anyway, good and safe. 6.5 hours from being home, but tomorrow's view is epic, so we're gonna go to sleep and wake up in a few hours, and I'll be able to show you guys the pretty view. Okay, good night. Rise and shine. It's 7 a.m. I got 6 whole hours of sleep, but I didn't really sleep because I'm trying to sleep in the back seat of a Pinto. Just kidding. Heading towards the border. I think I was wrong. I think I'm 7 hours from. Doesn't matter. walking home when I get there. Anyway, it's such a pretty drive through Destruction Bay is what it's called, and yeah, that's what it's called. So we're about to hit all the crazy, infamous frost heaves. The road sucks. I have to go really slow. My rear shocks are blown out, and the back of the truck's really weighted down, so I don't want to keep slamming it down. But so I need to know that after this long journey, I have to just be slow and steady. Get home. I miss Brody. I miss my doggy. Okay, here we go. Gotta get a pot of coffee in me. Well, here we are. Got through Destruction Bay. Mostly. Well, yeah. Running great. It's so beautiful here. These aren't the big frost heaves, but this is kind of what the road looks like. Not that you can see it. Bunch of X's, bunch of flags, a bunch of weird potholes. Anyway, almost there, Tina girl. I'm coming home, Brody. I had to pull over and pee. Majestic. You know what else is majestic? Boom, 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 baby. America. I don't like being 45 minutes from home and then you hit the infamous summertime construction. All winter, the weather ruins the roads, frost heaves, so then they work on them all summer. So close. So close to home. That's okay, I'm grateful. Grateful to be safe and sound. Taking it slow. This road is shit. Huge potholes. Bottom end is just basically the blown out shocks. I collapsed because the rear end's so weighted. It's got these big squishy Chevy 63s, so the bottoming out shocks are like my bump stop. Okay. Anyway, almost there. Truck. Let's see him bark out because he doesn't know it's me. Rudy! Hi! Hi! It's me! Well, if you made it this far, you must not have a lot to do with your life. Just kidding. Thanks for watching the whole video. Still learning how to edit the voiceover microphone. I tried to edit and make the sound better on the few clips I did the voiceover, so I just did the lame typing. But basically that whole video, as I did mention in the beginning, is from the last video, which ended in Eureka, Montana, just crossing over the border. It's still, I don't know, I don't remember, 6 to 10 hours to the beginning of the ALCAN highway. It actually doesn't begin at the border. It's a ways up. I think it's Alberta, not BC at that point. Can't remember. A lot of people fret over the ALCAN because of the road and the frost heaves and bring spare tires and the remoteness, which is very true, but it's not the whole trip. It's, I don't know, quick memory would say out of the, I think it's 1,900 miles or so from the two borders to my house. To call it 2,000 miles, I'd say 12 to maybe 1,500 of it is relatively remote, but you're always within, you know, a town a couple hours away. You just don't have cell phone service, and the towns are small. It's not that you can't get to a town and get to help or make some phone calls, but the likelihood of anyone being close to that help phone call is low. There's not much around in any direction in a lot of areas. So yeah, I don't know. I had obviously a bunch of tools with me. I had my jack, I had spare flat tire repair kit, I had a bike pump, because if I was on the side of the road and I was screwed, I would have figured it out with the bike pump. It might have taken me a week, but I had 5 spare gallons of fuel. I never needed it, but it gave me some security as far as not knowing which town would have fuel. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of signs that'll say, check your fuel, next service 190 kilometers. Most of those are relatively true, but a lot of times you'd see a service sign like 50 kilometers ahead, and you'd get there and like a kilometer before it would say service is closed, or fuel with an X through it. So there's a lot of times if you didn't top off every chance you had, maybe you could find yourself running out of fuel. Again, I have like a 15-gallon gas tank, so every time I could get fuel, I topped it off. Anywhere below 3/4 of a tank, I would top off. And knowing that, 3/4 of a tank plus my 5 gallons would more than fill me up. But yeah, for the most part, I would say it's a trip worth doing, taking your time. It's really beautiful. I did it in 2.5 days. I don't recommend that. I was just trying to get home. I recommend if you're willing to do this trip, take friends and family, take a motorhome, take a motorcycle. That would be super awesome. And just take your time. There's places to camp the whole way, where you're not really paying, you're not really getting in trouble. And I'm not saying that to get a bunch of people to drive on this and camp for free, but there's actually pullouts on a lot of the ALCAN that are legal to. It's a rest area to sleep in, to rest. Unlike in a lot of the lower 48, you get a knock on the window if you're trying to catch some shut eye. Yeah, it was a beautiful trip. I really just wanted to get home to my dog, and I had to get back to work. I got home and I think I had like $300 left in my savings account. So you could say I cut it close, but I had enough, and I drove to Fairbanks as soon as I got back, got some wood, made a bunch of cutting boards, sold 3 cutting boards the next day. You know, whatever, right? Money comes and goes, and I was spending money not having my stuff from storage. I wasn't having tools. I couldn't fix people's cars around here if they wanted their cars fixed, which I don't really want to do anymore. I was paying for a storage unit, and you know, that costs money too. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the beautiful views. I didn't take a lot of time to describe them, but I put some notes in there. And happy Memorial Day. Happy late, early spring, early summer to some people. Beautiful here. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.